022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. Here, in case of sodium, it is particle is atom, but in case of water, particle is molecules. And thus 18 gram water consists 6.0 to 10 raised to 23 molecules. Hence 18 gram water, it is considered as 1 mole. Or third example, let's consider 60 gram acetic acid. 60 gram acetic acid consists 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of acetic acid. And thus remember, 60 gram of acetic acid consists Avogadro's number of molecule, and so 60 gram acetic acid, it is considered as 1 mole. And so amount of substance which consists Avogadro's number of atoms, or Avogadro's number of molecules, or Avogadro's number of ions. Again, you know that 35.5 gram of chlorine consists 6.022 10 raised to 23 Cl minus ions. And thus remember, as a 35.5 gram of chlorine consists 6.022 10 raised to 23 Cl minus ions, this 35.5 gram chlorine, no, it is considered as 1 mole here. Now, then fourth concept of mole. Fourth concept of mole, it is related to gram molar volume and mole. Gram molar volume. So fourth concept, that is gram molar volume and mole. Gram molar volume and mole. Gram molar volume of gas and mole. Gram molar volume of gas and mole. Now it means this fourth concept is applicable for a gaseous substance. This fourth concept is applicable for a gaseous substance. Gram molar volume of gas and mole. Now then, what is concept of gram molar volume of gas? So concept of gram molar volume. Gram molar volume of gas. Gram molar volume of gas, shortly called considered as GMV. That is GMV. Gram molar volume. Now, gram molar volume, remember, it is the volume occupied by 1 gram mole of gas. It is volume occupied by 1 mole of gas. And if STP condition is applied, then experimentally it is observed that this 1 mole of gas, remember, at STP, it occupy 22.41 decimeter cube volume. And thus, at STP, for different gases, it is observed that gram molar volume of different gases at STP is considered as 22.41 decimeter cube. So what is gram molar volume? The volume occupied by 1 gram mole of gas. Volume occupied by 1 gram mole of gas at STP or NTP. Now STP or NTP condition, standard temperature pressure or normal temperature pressure. Now this condition, temperature, standard temperature, it is actually it is 0 degree Celsius. In Kelvin it is 273.15 Kelvin. And standard pressure, it is 1 atmosphere or 1.013 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, it means Pascal. So that is STP condition. So it means pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere or 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal, Newton per meter square. And temperature, it is 0 degree Celsius or 273.15 Kelvin. Now experimentally then it is observed that if we consider 1 gram mole of different gases, any gas, if we consider 1 gram mole of any gas, then for this STP condition, the volume occupied by that 1 gram mole of gas, it is always equal to 22.41 decimeter cube. So the gram molar volume of gas is 22.41 decimeter cube. But the condition is that gas, if it is ideal, so all ideal gases at STP, so the 1 mole of that gas at STP always occupy 22.41 decimeter cube volume. And so this 22.41 decimeter volume, remember, this is gram molar volume of gas. Now then how it is possible? Now let us consider the different gases. Now, so these are the different gases. So let us consider hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, chlorine gas. So these are different gases. Now let us consider their gram molar mass. Let us consider their gram molar mass. So their gram molar mass, it is 2 gram. Oxygen 32 gram molar mass. Nitrogen 28 gram, whereas chlorine 71 gram. So these are gram molar masses of these corresponding gases. And already we know that, already we explained that if substance occurs in the form of molecule, then its gram molar mass is also, it is considered as 1 mole. Now again here, what is the volume occupied by 2 gram of hydrogen at STP? So volume at STP. Now volume occupied by 2 gram of hydrogen at STP, it is 22.41 decimeter cube, whereas volume occupied by 32 gram oxygen at STP, that is also equal to 22.41 decimeter cube. Again volume occupied by 28 gram nitrogen, it is also equal to 22.41 decimeter cube, whereas volume occupied by 71 gram chlorine, it is also equal to 22.41 decimeter cube at STP. It means at same temperature and pressure. Remember, these are different gases. They are different gases, but they have same mole. Remember, so they are different gases, their corresponding molar masses. Now again we know that this 2 gram of hydrogen consist Avogadro's number of molecules, 6.022 10 raised to 23 molecules. So 2 gram hydrogen, 32 gram oxygen, 28 gram nitrogen and 71 gram chlorine. All these gases, they consist same number of molecules. Same number of molecules, it means each gas consists Avogadro's number of molecules. And already we explained that the amount of substance which consists Avogadro's number of particles, that is 1 mole. Now, but here we express mole in terms of volume. We express mole in terms of volume. Now here 2 gram of hydrogen, it occupies 22.41 decimeter cube volume. Hence here 2 gram it is considered as 1 mole. Now here 32 gram oxygen occupy 22.41 decimeter cube volume, and thus here 32 gram oxygen it is considered as 1 mole. 28 gram nitrogen also occupy 22.41 decimeter cube volume at STP, and thus 28 gram of nitrogen is considered as 1 mole. Whereas 71 gram chlorine also occupies 22.41 decimeter cube volume at STP, and thus 71 gram chlorine it is considered as 1 mole. And thus remember, amount of gas which occupy 22.41 decimeter cube volume at STP, that is considered as 1 mole. That is 1 mole. So you can calculate the number of moles from the gaseous volume also. And thus remember, what is relationship? .41 decimeter cube of gas at STP corresponds to 1 mole. Then if there is any gas whose volume is V decimeter cube, remember there is a volume which is different than 22.4, and so if the volume of given gas is known at STP, then you can also calculate the number of moles. And so V decimeter cube of gas at STP, it corresponds to how many moles? So it corresponds to 1 into V divided by 22.4. 22.4. Sir, period let me. Hello, period let. So V divided by 22.4, it means volume of given gas in decimeter cube divided by 22.4, that is the number of moles. And so number of moles of gas, what is next formula? Number of moles of gas is equal to volume of gas at STP upon volume of gas at ST, volume of gas particularly in decimeter cube, volume of gas in decimeter cube at STP. What is unit? Decimeter cube. If volume is expressed in decimeter, so volume of gas in decimeter cube divided by 22.41, or it is 41. And thus remember, volume of gas in decimeter cube at STP divided by 22.41, this is the number of moles of gas in terms of volume. So you can calculate number of moles from the volume of gas also. Now if volume is expressed in, instead of decimeter cube, if volume is expressed in centimeter cube ml, then instead of 22.41 there is a 22,400 ml. And so for example, what are the moles of 5.6 decimeter cube of nitrogen at STP. So what is the volume of nitrogen at STP? That is 5.6 decimeter cube. If volume of nitrogen in decimeter cube is known as STP, you can calculate the number of moles. And so here number of moles is equal to volume in decimeter cube, that is 5.6 divided by 22.41, and so nearly it is 1/4, and so which is equal to then 0.25. And thus remember 5.6 decimeter cube of any gas at STP corresponds to how many mole? That is 0.25 mole. 0.25 mole. Now this is about fourth concept, gram molar mass and gram molar volume and mole. Now then about the limiting reactant and excess reactant, let us consider the concept of limiting reactant. Limiting reactant and excess reactant. Now, what is concept of limiting reactant and excess reactant? Now, general, you know that any chemical reaction, it is no doubt, it is completely balanced. Now, if we consider a balanced reaction, for example, consider a balanced reaction 2H2 plus O2, 2H2 plus O2, it gives 2H2O. Now, this is a, no doubt, it is a balanced chemical reaction because here there are 4 atoms of hydrogen. There are also 4 atoms of hydrogen toward the product side. There are 2 oxygen atoms. There are also 2 oxygen atoms. So no doubt this is a chemically balanced equation. Now from this balanced equation, remember, if we carry the reaction between hydrogen and oxygen, then remember the total mass of hydrogen taken and total mass of oxygen taken, it cannot be completely reacted. Remember, and so there is a some reactant which is completely react. There is a some reactant which remains in unreacted form if the corresponding masses they are not taken in proper proportion. For example, let us consider, suppose if we consider here 8 gram hydrogen, suppose 8 gram of hydrogen is allowed to react with here 32 gram oxygen. Now in this reaction, let us consider, suppose we react 8 gram of hydrogen with 32 gram oxygen. Now then if 8 gram of hydrogen, it is allowed to react with 32 gram oxygen, but remember during this reaction 8 gram hydrogen and 32 gram oxygen, they cannot give 40 gram water. No doubt, according to law of mass, law of conservation of mass, mass of total reactant is equal to mass of total product. But law of conservation of mass is applicable only when the reacting masses are completely react with each other. When reacting masses are completely react with each other, then you can only say that total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. But here, now according to here reaction, now here coefficient of hydrogen is 2. It indicates that in this reaction 2 mole of hydrogen it react with, now here coefficient of oxygen is 1, it means 2 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of oxygen, and here coefficient of water is 2, it means 2 mole of water is formed. And so when 2 mole of hydrogen completely react with 1 mole of oxygen, then and then only there is a formation of 2 mole of water. Now then let us consider, if we consider 8 gram of water and 32 gram of oxygen, then let us discuss which reactant is completely react and which reactants left behind. Now let us consider, now here 2 mole of hydrogen, 2 mole of hydrogen. Now you know that molar mass of hydrogen is 2. Molar mass of hydrogen is 2. It means 1 mole of hydrogen it is 2 gram. Then 2 mole of hydrogen it means 4 gram. And thus remember 2 mole hydrogen. 2 mole hydrogen it means that is 4 gram hydrogen. Now 1 mole oxygen, 1 mole oxygen, 1 mole oxygen. Now atomic mass of oxygen is 16, molecular formula is O2, it means 16 plus 16, that is 32. 1 mole of oxygen is equal to 32 gram oxygen. Now from this relation it is observed that, remember, 32 gram of oxygen is required for 4 gram of hydrogen. So 4 gram of hydrogen react with 32 gram of oxygen, but here we consider 8 gram of hydrogen. Now naturally 4 gram of hydrogen react with 32 gram oxygen, then 8 gram of hydrogen reacts with. So let us calculate the quantity of oxygen required for the reaction for 8 gram of hydrogen. Now according to reaction, 4 gram hydrogen reacts with 4 gram of hydrogen reacts with 32 gram oxygen. Then if we consider 8 gram hydrogen, then 8 gram hydrogen reacts with 8 gram hydrogen, it is expected to react with, so double this quantity, it react with 64 gram oxygen. It means, remember, to react 8 gram hydrogen completely, 64 gram oxygen is required. But here we consider only 32 gram of oxygen, and thus remember, we required 64 gram oxygen, but here available oxygen is only 32. It indicates that during reaction 32 gram oxygen is completely react. So out of 8 gram hydrogen and 32 gram oxygen, during reaction 32 gram of oxygen is completely react. And thus remember, a reactant which completely react during reaction, whose total mass completely reacting during reaction, who is totally converted into product during reaction, that reactant which completely react during reaction, that is a limiting reactant. And reactant which remains in unreacted form, whose mass left behind during reaction, that reactant is considered as excess reactant. And thus remember, here oxygen is limiting reactant. Oxygen is limiting reactant, it means hydrogen must be excess. Now how it is excess, let us consider. Now from this equation, you know that 32 gram oxygen reacts with 4 gram hydrogen. So from this balanced reaction, 32 gram oxygen must react with 4 gram hydrogen, and hence now here required quantity of hydrogen must be only 4 gram. But if we consider, if we taken here 8 gram of hydrogen, so out of 8 gram of hydrogen, only 4 gram of hydrogen react with oxygen. And so out of 8 gram, only 4 gram react. It means 4 gram of hydrogen remains behind unreacted form. Remember, and thus remember, hydrogen is a excess reactant. Reactant which cannot completely react during reaction, whose quantity left behind during reaction, that reactant is considered as excess reactant. And thus out of 8 gram, only 4 gram hydrogen react, 4 gram hydrogen left behind, so it is a excess reactant. And thus always remember, to decide limiting and excess reactant, yes, stoichiometry is very necessary, balanced reaction is very necessary. So from balanced reaction you can decide which substance is completely react, which substance is left behind. And thus reactant which completely react, that is limiting reactant, and reactant which left behind during reaction, that is excess reactant. And thus, but always remember, amount of product form only depends on the limiting reactant, quantity of limiting reactant. Amount of product form is obtained only from the limiting reactant and not excess reactant. And thus remember, as oxygen is here limiting reactant, so here as oxygen is limiting reactant and hydrogen is excess reactant, the amount of water formed during reaction, it is decided from the quantity of oxygen and not from the quantity of hydrogen. Now then, how it is possible? So what is the here expected quantity of water? Always remember, here 1 mole water means 32. Now 1 mole oxygen it means 32 gram. So when 1 mole oxygen completely react, 2 mole water is formed. 2 mole H2O, which is equal to 2 into 18, that is equal to 36 gram. So when 1 mole oxygen completely react, then there is formation of 36 gram of water, it means 2 mole water. But you know that here the limiting react in oxygen, but oxygen react only 30, no doubt it is 32 gram. Now here oxygen it is 32 gram, it means 1 mole oxygen it is completely react. And then remember, during reaction from this 1 mole oxygen, 36 gram of water is formed during reaction, and remaining 4 gram hydrogen remains behind in unreacted form. And thus remember, product obtained, it is obtained from the limiting reactant. Right.